Welcome back, folks. There was a micropatch this morning, patch 1.0.2.4, that added one new hidden vehicle into the game files, and that is the TKS 20mm tankette. It's a Polish premium tier 2 light tank, and I am guessing this is this year's World of Tanks anniversary gift. So usually for servers outside of Russia, we get to have two celebratory anniversary events. Once for the server's anniversary, and that's in April for the North American server, and once in August for the debut of World of Tanks in Russia. So technically two celebrations for anniversaries, and once for Wargaming's anniversary, so 3 celebrations, but once in August for a free premium low tier light tank or medium, and once in the December holiday season for another one. So usually you get 2 free gifts of a premium low tier light tank or medium tank per year. So I'm guessing this is this year's World of Tanks anniversary gift. And from this screenshot of the recently released 1.1 patch preview on the common test server, I think we're getting the BBTBR-PANC. It is a prototype to the 25TP medium tank at tier 5, but it has a 40mm than a 75mm. It looks weird, so I'm thinking that's the holidays gift for this year, and we're getting the tankette for the anniversary gift. So for last year we got a free garage slot and a T29, and years prior we got, I think, the BT semi-artillery and the L60 for the Swedish, and before that we got the T45 light tank and the Panzer IID, and before that we got the British Mark 6C light tank and the tankette. So that's all I can remember. It's all dust collectors, so you get it for fun. If you want to keep it, nobody plays it, it's whatever. But yeah, you could also sell it for credits, like 200,000 credits and a free garage slot. But if you have the garage slot, just keep it for the funsies. So what is interesting about this vehicle is it is perhaps the smallest vehicle in World of Tanks. It's smaller than the M56 Scorpion, it's smaller than the T92 light tank, it's smaller than the ELC AMX, it's even smaller than the ELC EVEN 90mm, and that thing is small. So this is perhaps the smallest light tank in World of Tanks. So yeah, it's a flea, it's a featherweight, it's an airweight vehicle. It has 2.8 tons of weight. It weighs less than a H2 Hummer, and that's a civilian car in the US. Well, technically it's converted from the Humvee, but whatever. Actually, the H1 is converted from the Humvee. The H2 is a smaller size version of the H1, and the H3 is even smaller, but this thing weighs less than the H2. It's a featherweight, so it is only countered by having 15 horsepower per ton ratio. So yeah, it's not like super fast. For other low tier light tanks, usually they have about 25 horsepower per ton ratio. So if this thing has like 25 horsepower per ton and about 60 kilometers per hour top speed, you will not hit this thing with a low tier gun that is inaccurate with like 0.4 accuracy. You will not hit it unless you're shooting a machine gun across the map. Ugh. But it is a small vehicle. So compare this size, take a photo memory, and that is the ELC AMX. So yeah, the ELC AMX weighs like 7 tons. Yep, so it's like half the size of this thing. Jeez. Let's compare with the biggest vehicle in World of Tanks, and that is the, no, it's not the Type 5, it's the Type 4 technically. Type 4 has a larger engine deck than the Type 5, see? But let's compare it with the tankette, the TKS tankette. Jesus. That's the size of the flea, and that's the size of a Type 4. You could fit like 10 or 20 of them in the Type 4. Jesus. So it is a small vehicle. It has a autocannon, a 20mm autocannon, and penetration is not bad. 43mm of pen. That's pretty good compared to the T7 combat car, which has a Browning machine gun. But yeah, the penetration is not bad. 11 alpha. You have 10 rounds in the clip. Where the hell is the clip? There's no clip? It's a clip. There it is, 10 rounds in the clip. I think it recognized this vehicle as a tank destroyer rather than a light tank. So that's a speciality about this thing, is it doesn't have a turret. It has a fixed mounted autocannon. So it's like a tank destroyer, but classified as a light tank with a machine gun, technically. But yeah, 10 rounds in the clip, fires in the burst of 2, should be. Time loading between shots, very quick. It doesn't tell you. I'll show you guys the full stats, but you should burst at 2 rounds per shot. So you burst like 5 bursts of 2 rounds each. So 10 rounds burst. Takes like 6 seconds to reload. And average penetration is 43, which is pretty good. 55 for the gold shell, which is great for tier 2. DPM is not that great, but hey, you're firing a machine gun. 0.4 accuracy, 400 meters of drop-off distance for the shells, so don't go spamming across the map, it doesn't pin. And 1.8 seconds of aim time, so it's a machine gun shooting across the map. It is a fixed mounted gun. 7 degrees of gun depression, 25 elevation. You have 13 degrees per each side, so it is a fixed mounted gun, and you are shooting across the map. This thing doesn't have armor. Health is below average-ish. Usually you have 180 health about. It's a low tier light tank. You collect it for funsies. But yeah, 15 horsepower per ton ratio means you're not shooting across the map super fast and super small. So kind of disappointing, but hey, whatever. Hull traverse pretty quick. Top speed of only 45. So compared to other light tanks at tier 2, you're not as fast. But remember, this thing is small. This thing is smaller than the ELC EVEN and tier 8. And that thing has insane camo. This thing has better camo than that light tank. And it keeps it while moving because it's a light tank too. So this thing is sneaky. So very good concealment. But I'll show you guys the full stats later on. And 290 meters of view range. 310 for the radio. So give or take, whatever. But here is the comparison with other free gifts that we got for the past few years, I guess. But yeah, this thing has a fixed mounted gun unlike the rest. So usually you have a turret, but it has a pretty good penetration for the autocannon compared to the machine gun that's on the T7 combat car. Yeah, 27 compared to 43. It's a Browning machine gun. It's a Browning 50 caliber machine gun. But yeah, much better penetration against stuff like the Mark 6C or the L60 or the Panzer 2D. Ugh. So you will pin most of the stuff. That's good. Alpha, it's like any other machine guns, so whatever. And DPM is average-ish, so not bad. Alright, I mean, you cannot compare it to the T7E6. This is a 35mm, I think? 37. So it's an autocannon 37. Yeah, you're not penetrating. You're not fighting against the T1E6, but it has better penetration against a 37mm. Oh, so yeah, accuracy is still above average. 0.4 compared to 0.5 something. Yeah, not bad. Health is average-ish. Okay, no armor whatsoever. But yeah, you have to see the concealment. That is what's interesting. Horsepower per ton ratio. Yeah, it's more like a slow medium tank than a light tank, low tier. So nothing like 25 or 27, only 15. But here is the kicker. It has very good concealment. Very good. And compare this with the ELC EVEN and you'll see it's actually better than the tier 8 Wally of a light tank. So light tank. ELC EVEN. Alright, 22.12. Alright, this thing has 25.59. It's better than the ELC EVN. Actually, 20. Yeah. Jeez. Wait, it doesn't keep it? No way. It's not tank destroyer. You don't classify. This is a light tank. Yeah, it's a tier 2 light. It doesn't keep the camo while moving? That's bullcrap. Oh man, if it keeps the camo while moving. Oh, that is bullore. That is bullcrap. Alright. I mean, still pretty good, but yeah, just put a camo net. Oh man. View range, about average-ish. Alright, so man, that's disappointing. You don't keep the camo as a light tank while moving compared to the ELC EVN, but yeah, the ELC EVN is small. This thing is smaller than that. How much does the ELC EVN weigh? 6.7 tons. Really? It weighs less than the AMX ELC? But yeah, this thing is tiny. So here are the main stats for this vehicle, but take a quick look. Nothing dramatic. It's a dust collector. It's a fun little tank, but I am thinking, yeah, you should keep it. I mean, it's a tank destroyer-ish. it's a autocannon machine gun tank destroyer, one of the few. And I don't think it breaks the game, but if you have something like binoculars or camouflage net for this vehicle and vents, I mean, some people will be raging. Just turn around a corner and you burst them. And how much is the burst? 10 rounds of 11 alpha. Well, it takes 6 seconds to reload, but you take off like half their health at a low tier match. That is, I mean, that is most of the health of a tier 1 vehicle. But it's a free tank, free garage slot, so yeah, alright, I'll take it. But there you go, folks. A mini leak episode, if you will, but it is a small vehicle. It is really small. That's a... I still like the comparison. Jesus. It's a flea compared to the Type 4. God. You see the size? That's the size. It's like a flea. You can have like 20 of these in a Type 4. And what's so amazing about World of Tanks is you have stupid vehicles like the Type 4 and the OI. These things should not exist. These things are gargantuan monstrosities. Holy crap. Compare the size of these vehicles and you're like, holy shit. I mean, yeah, if you're facing like one Type 4 with a bunch of TKS 20mm, you're just like, oh my god, what's the world come to? You cannot kill these things. David versus Goliath. Jeez. But there you go, folks. The new Polish premium tier 2 light tank. Perhaps as a gift. It's very likely, very likely that this is a gift for this year's World of Tanks anniversary, coming right up in like a couple of weeks or so, or next week. But yeah, why wouldn't you add this with the Polish tanks if this is going to be the holiday gift? I doubt it. The holiday gift is the BBT, BR, PA&C 25 TP prototype. So that thing looks weird, doesn't have a 75mm, has a 45, 40, it's a 40mm, but yeah, it looks stupid. It's a tier 4 premium, so actually you're getting a high tier premium for a gift at the end of the year. But for tier 2, yeah, it's alright. Fun dust collector, tank destroyer, with a lot of camo, and the smallest vehicle in World of Tanks. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.